We live right now. We're going to talk about a little story here. And this is the topic of the day. I'll get there. It's about coffee shops, cafes. But you wake up and you're anxious and you're happy and you're ready to go. And you're probably the person who normally goes to coffee shops. You're excited. And you go in, you get your drink. Everybody knows you. Everybody's smiling. You know which seat that you like for different times and moods and all that stuff. You see some of the regulars coming in and out. You see some new people and all that good stuff. But I'm curious from you. What do you really get out of a coffee shop? What I just described, is that what you really get out of it? Like the community aspect? Or is it really not so much about the coffee? Is it about something else? Is it about something bigger? Those are some of the things that I want to talk to you about today. Let me take my first sip. Okay. The reason why I bring that up is because a couple days ago, I went ahead and patroned a coffee shop that's local to my area. And it was a little destination to get there, a little journey to get there, right? And I got there, very familiar. You walk in, there's people inside. Some people were looking at you, ready for you to come inside to buy some coffee, chill, relax, do whatever. The majority of the people were just sitting there by themselves with their laptops, even with their phones, just talking amongst themselves or keeping to themselves. And it was cool. It was familiar. Please, let me say this. Let me give you a little bit more background. I guess I'm saying this more so for protection for myself. People want to come after me. I am a man of some age. I am a loner. I am true to true a loner. I am a person that's very introvert. I crave time by myself. I like to do things on my own. I'm never bored. I'm always doing some type of hobby or coffee or something to the realm to where I never get tired. I can be by myself no matter what. And I won't call it a disease, but something my wife will call it the talk to me face. So it's one of those things where I'm fighting all the time to where, like, even if I look kind of crazy and smug, people will always come up to me and just tell me their life story, which is interesting. It's weird, but whatever. But I'm a person who likes to take walks by themselves or with their dogs. I'm a person who geeks out and watches movies by themselves or watch Formula One, analyze things on their own. I'm the type of person who doesn't mind people. People are cool sometimes. But when it's too much, it's too much. And I go absolutely crazy if I don't have my own time to myself. And I'm talking about my own time. I crave it. I worship it. I look forward to it and everything. So those are the bases that I'm talking from through those lenses. And this is 2024. Okay. So it may change in the future, but as of right now, this is who I am. And I will give you a quickie. We'll get more in detail, but here's a quickie. I don't understand fully coffee shops. I don't really get them as much as people may seem to say to me. And every time I go to a coffee shop, I feel kind of the same thing. They are different, but they're the same. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it may have a different logo. They may have, their own blend, signature blend of coffee. They all have all the Italian type of base espresso drinks. You know, it's espresso driven first, and then drip is a second thought more than anything. They have pastries. Most of the time it's dark. And one of the cool things I do like about coffee shops are the sounds of the glasses being washed and being moved and everything a lot. However, it doesn't really happen as much as you think just because they're dealing with a lot of people coming in and out. Not everybody's just chilling and just relaxing and just doing their thing in there. But I guess what I'm saying really with all of this is that coffee shops aren't really my thing. And me going to a coffee shop just recently kind of revived that whole thought and that angle and that, I wouldn't say angle. I don't really know why I said angle. Just more so like the curiosity, because for the most part, I don't think coffee shops are a place to where you can really explore and discover coffees. The reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of times you're either getting served black coffee, which that's what I go with all the time, most of the time, and I'll talk about that soon. But you got these milk-based drinks, and there's no problems with milk-based drinks. I guess what I'm saying is that after a while they may seem a little different, but they're more so still the same. And you'll get the difference of it if they do like a pour over, or if they do like a different type of espresso beans for their espresso shots, so you can taste the different things of what espresso tastes like. It's interesting. That's another story for another day. I think that's one way that they can actually truly really promote espressos, having like a espresso tasting. But I guess what I'm getting at is that they're more so the same. Like when I ask for my coffee, and again, I've talked about this many times, it's that when I go into a shop, I heavily judge it, which I'm trying to get better at on the drip black coffee. For the most part, it's an afterthought for these companies, these people, and all this stuff. Because most people don't really get that. If they do, they want it with like cream, sugar, whatnot. And it needs to be like a medium to dark roast or medium roast because they know that it's going to be put in with something, which is perfectly fine. That's not the problem. That's not the thing that I'm really trying to get at here. I'm just saying that the menus are really more so the same. Yes, they may have fantastic good beans, which they mostly do. The coffee that I did have at this establishment, which I'm not mentioning, it was okay. The coffee was just okay. It's better than grocery store coffee. Oh yeah, big time. But I guess what I'm saying is that the coffee is not so much really the star here. The coffee is just, I wouldn't even say an illusion or a rainbow in the sky. I would say it's more so like the thing that kind of gets you there. If that's your jam, if that's your thing, if that's the thing that you're really going for. Because it's not so much really about the coffee. The coffee is just there to get you there. It's about the atmosphere. It's about the environment. And I don't know about you, but you probably go to multiple coffee shops. You probably go to multiple different events that coffee shops have. And it probably has given you the ability to come out of your shell. And that's wonderful. That's great. And that's you. That's awesome. And that's what you get from the coffee shop. Great. What do you get out of the coffee shop? Do you like the thing that people always talk about, which I think is kind of bullshit, but I can understand if it does work that way? Community. What does that really mean? Because a lot of times when people throw around the word community, it means something to them. But for the most part, it really doesn't mean anything. Or you don't see the exhibits of the community part of it. What does that really mean? I know it means people gathering, trying to do something together, trying to feel a sense of being and comfort. I don't know. I think that's part of it. I think those are some of the challenges that I have because of the person that I am. And again, it's not a dig towards coffee shops, cafes, restaurants, and whatnot. I'm just saying that this is the way I operate. This is the way I am whenever I do talk about or experience my time in coffee shops. So, and it's not about the coffee, right? You can have a bad cup of coffee or a good cup of coffee, but you're there for the moment. You're there probably trying to do some work, trying to catch up on stuff. But I will say this. One thing I did notice when I was in this coffee shop, and this is what I get from a lot of coffee shops, is everybody's by themselves. There's archipelagos of people everywhere in a coffee shop. Some of them are talking to other people. Don't get me wrong. But majority of the people are not talking to anybody. They're in their own world. They're in their own books, iPads, phones. I saw that. I see that all the time. I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon. And those are some of the things that are very perplexed to me whenever I talk about a coffee shop, like the real concept of a coffee shop. And does it truly get people out of their comfort zone? Getting there, getting used to that. But once you're used to that, does it take more time for you to really start to talk to people? Again, I went about 12 o'clock, so. But then again, at 12 o'clock, I'm sure there's some regulars who go there during lunchtime. I know there's some people who, of course, go there in the morning time. So they probably talk a little bit more than the average person. But for the most part, still, no matter when I go, it's just a sea of people together but separate. And that's not so much of a dig, that's just so much more of an observation. Probably coffee shops are for me. If I'm a loner, if I keep to myself, and if I just want to have that type of atmosphere, that's what I crave and want. So coffee shops may be for me, but I wonder how much is it for the extrovert, the people who are really out there, who crave people, who crave attention, who crave the sense of community. Where do they really go? Do they go to coffee shops? Do they just make conversations with people in general and they just figure it out as they go? Because they can meet a friend anywhere they go. But I do wonder about that. I do wonder about the real nuance, the real reason, the real point of coffee shops. Because a lot of times, for instance, when I normally go to coffee shops, I have a friend, he lives close to me. We always pick a coffee shop. We go there, kind of get an idea what we're dealing with. But it's not so much about that. It's about our conversations. It's about our mood. It's about catching up. It's about us getting to know each other in this new element as we can. And it's a place to where we can actually have a conversation. We don't have to worry about going to a bar. We don't have to worry about trying to meet each other in our own private homes. So we don't want to do that. You know, I think another good place is a park. You can just walk around in the park with somebody. That's a story for another day. But I guess what I'm getting at or trying to understand more than anything is that what's the true appeal of a coffee shop? Now, I'm just not talking about the nostalgia part, the service part. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about once you're there, once you are established at this place, what do you do? How do you go about establishing yourself, your mark in that place? Or is that even your cup of jam or your cup of tea or whatever it may be? What is your intent? What do you want to get out of this place? Maybe you don't want to get anything out of this place. That's cool too. But why do you keep going there? Why do you keep showing up? Those are some of the things that I wonder about, think about. Because it's not about the coffee. It's about the people or the way you feel about the situation or the place or I don't know. You trying to hook up? Or are you just trying to be cool with different people that probably have the same commonality, which is coffee? But again, I struggle and I think about it a lot. And it's not a dig towards this place because I get the same feeling from a lot of coffee shops in the same realm. Is that what's the real point? Because a lot of times I come in there by themselves and I leave there by myself. I probably had a good cup of coffee. I probably didn't. But at the end of the day, I'm walking out without community. And if that's what the biggest thing that you want out of it, then awesome. If it's not, that's cool. I'm just trying to understand the amazingness, the allure of a coffee shop. Yes, we're talking about America, but for the most part, they're very similar. I know people may say they're a little different in Europe and other places around the world, but it's the same makeup. It's the same appeal. Let me know what you think about that, what you like about them. I'm like totally off base. Do you feel differently? Do you think that coffee shops are something that you can't get away from? It's made you who you are. It's gotten you out of your shell. You may have stories to the point to where you have friends and you have people that you just gravitate to. And it's become a part of your life. It's made your life better. Tell me about it. Those are some of the things that I would love to know. Because I don't get that. I don't get that whatsoever. You know? Because I can make a great cup of coffee at home. Or a shitty cup of coffee at home. Watch a video. And be perfectly fine with my life. But, you know, tell me what you get out of it. So, that's what I got for you. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you later.